Before on this channel, we talked about the detriments of family content, and I thought I found the worst of it all. But this week I came across something that is total bullshit.
As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7.
Hold on, why is this shit a little blurry? Okay, when you have one bedroom with 6 people in a bedroom becomes more essential than a dining room. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what?
And living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy and extra space. When outside our environment appears cluttered, disorganized, what have you. But quite frankly, after making do for nearly 3 years now, I have nothing but a grateful spirit for the roof over our head. Generally, the instant judgment me and my husband receive, why have so many kids if you don't have enough space for them? See, my perception is judgment.
Oh, and you're having another one? You're pregnant? Holy shit, bro. Bro, it gets to a point, man. Dude. Is this something that you desire? Do you desire this tight-knit kind of thing? Bro, you know there's an option to stop reproducing. I'm not saying... I mean like a condom or something. Because holy shit. Damn.
Comes from a place of not having the experience. When you've experienced enough, you generally don't judge people. I can tell you after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to judge people. I would be lying if I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive. And like I said,
I ain't gonna lie though, this is a cool little setup. All the beds and shit. This is a cool ass little setup, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's like a big ass sleepover. I ain't gonna lie. If I had all them siblings, bro, I would definitely get annoyed. I would for sure get annoyed. But bro, if we was cool like that, I'd be having a good ass time. I see the vision. I just think if you keep adding and adding and adding, it's just gonna get to a point, man.
I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it, but that's because our kids come first. I do everything I can to keep our environment clean and tidy. When it comes down to it, I could shove everything my kids have in 1 bedroom of some of these houses I see, and it would really look like nothing. We try to teach our kids to take care of what they have, be grateful for what we have. We keep praying and pushing for the growth that we want. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video.
I just feel like that one Goofy movie meme where Max enters the house and is like, damn, you live like this? Damn, you live like this? Now, before we get started in the video, I want to be clear. This is not an indictment on them and their financial situations. People are actually poor in America. They live below the poverty line and they have to make do with what they have. With that being said, some of these people's actions, their logic, their reasoning, and their justification as to continue the bullshit that they have going on is something that has to be talked about. This is the resilient Jenkins family, a family that doesn't deserve any bit of praise or recognition at all, but hey, we're going to cover them on this channel. They're a family of 6 going on 7. The mother is pregnant with baby number 5.
Whoa, that's a crazy picture right there, bro. Holy.
They live in a 1-bedroom apartment. And again, this is an indictment on the financial status of these people. It's their decision making and their choices. When I grew up, my mom told me the stories about how she and her siblings grew up in an apartment of 1. She also has about 4 to 5 other siblings at this time. But the difference is her parents stayed in the living room and the kids got the bedroom with a bunch of different bunk beds. That's not the case in this situation. Both of them had kids outside of the relationship. They came together and started having more kids. The parents get to sleep in the room. The kids sleep out in the living room. The parents' room has a whole TV, a PS5, and a regular bed. And the kids have foam mattresses on the kitchen floor that they have to share with cats and like that. The dad does a bunch of gig work and spends a bunch of time outside of the house. And that's going to come up later as to why that's important, because it's just going to tell the tale of how much of a deadbeat he really is. And the mother is a stay-at-home mom for a bunch of poor excuses, but we'll get into those as well. Now, they're both recovering addicts who met in some sort of rehabilitation center, but none of that's stopping them from continuing to do drugs today. Like, while she has the baby, she is still actively taking drugs.
Oh my God, it keeps getting worse. Oh my God, everything he says, it just keeps getting worse, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Social media accounts. And 2, there's nothing stopping her from doing any sort of work that would most definitely contribute to the house in a meaningful way.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like y'all choose to have 6 kids in one house if you're not trying to, get a little bit of money, at least so you can have a better life for them, bro. Oh nah, man, that's crazy. Where are the other parents? Like, they both brought kids to the table. Where are the other parents in these situations? You know what I'm saying? Like, they shouldn't be the primary caretakers of all them kids.
Spends her time, like all these family influencers do, begging people online in order to pay for their lifestyle and make her some sort of mommy influencer. And I'm not a fan of this type of content at all, but the reality of it is that it exists. But the main thing about this family content is, before anything, you have to take care of your actual family.
Okay, absolutely baffles me that my beautiful kiddos haven't gone viral yet. 2 years and counting babies, we got this. Eventually, mama will make our dreams happen. Okay. You got them out here posing on the fucking bench like Make-A-Wish kids, bro. Oh, man. Why are you trying to force your kids into internet fame? That's not for everybody, bro. I'm making changes to help our account. If I consistently see you in the views of my videos and not supporting, you won't have access to our account. Whoa. My goal is to grow, and I can't do that without the support of the viewers. Yeah, I can't feel bad for y'all, bro. I can't feel bad for y'all. Begging for money.
I'm not like you other girls. I'm very demure. I'm very cute. I'm very demure.
Okay. TikTok algorithm be worse than what? What? Okay, you know what? Oh god, I just can't watch this shit no more.
And if you're making entertaining and engaging content consistently, for sure, most people are going to make you some sort of influencer. But it's not something that you beg your way to being. Maybe in 2024 it's different. But this woman is so against the idea of working that even if it comes at the risk of harming her kids in the household, she is willing to not do it in the search and hopes for social media clout and fame.
I'll be fine. I'm completely and utterly fine. I'm fine. I am fine.
The reality of being flat broke is knowing you can't do shit about your kid's cat's skin infection other than to rehome the animal to somewhere more financially able to handle it. Why do I have to take my baby? Bro, I feel like the resolve could dead ass just be getting a job, even if it's some work from home shit so you can still take care of the kids, bro. Maybe I'm missing something.
Don't you know that?
Remember what I said here. The cat has a skin infection and the cat is sleeping with these young babies that are susceptible to being sick and have a weaker immune system than adults. All this could be mitigated if they just decided to change their lifestyles up by having the parents be out in the living room, or hell, give away the cat. But no, the parents live a life of luxury. I know that's strange to say in this regards, but they're in their room comfortable with a television and a bed and a PlayStation 5.
Bruh.
They moved into the space back when they just had a small amount of kids, but now they continue to keep growing, keep smashing, and keep making this some sort of game on TikTok by saying, hey, if you make me an influencer, I'll give my hubby another kid. It's actually disgusting work. But the problem is they can't control the outbreaks that are happening in their own damn home. They have months of lice and fleas to the point where it was uncontrollable. And prolonged lice and flea outbreaks in homes can be detrimental to the long-term health of kids. We're talking about the psychological, we're talking about diseases, we're talking about infections being passed along. This isn't the New York City streets. This is a damn home. It's supposed to be somebody's comfort, somebody's protection. But you can't even get it under control. At least alleviate some of the problems by putting your kids in the damn room and you sleep out there with the cats since you decided that you need to have them.
Now you listen here, you walking pile of
Rest in peace to my hair. This is the damage done after having to treat for lice for months. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions, man. Oh my god,
attack.
bro.
You're gonna inhale, exhale your way through this bullshit if it's the last thing you do. Your thoughts aren't real, your mind hates you,
enough.
But you're
order to make some sort of influencer out of the mom. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how this drug addict, deadbeat father, etc., is supposed to make good content, but that's the hope and prayer for them by mom sitting on live begging for people to follow her, begging for people to basically build their lifestyle all day and all night.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna pause it. She's just begging for more money, bro.
When the song come on, let me see you get gone. Baby mama, this your song, been pregnant.
should step in, because this is a person who does not take the health and well-being of her kids and her family very seriously. When she does decide to get pregnant, I think she should stop having babies as a whole. She doesn't even listen to the doctors recommend that she doesn't do certain things to avoid complications with the pregnancy.
I have no idea how far along pregnant. Far enough along that the nausea is at its peak though, so that makes me think I'm about 7-8 weeks ish. So this will be my 6th time being pregnant. I've had 2 miscarriages, 3 babies, and this is number 6. So we're gonna find out. We're praying for the best, of course. We're believing for the best. Regardless, I find it goofy that when you're into your like 3rd, 4th time in a row, you really should not be getting so many questions by the doctors, or like, you know, we highly recommend you don't mess with the cat box. Can you recommend to my cats they don't shit then? That would be great. Stay away from too many herbal teas. I'm gonna drink my teas, thank you.
I'm not a doctor at all, but I think that maybe there's some sort of connection to the habits that you have, you know, the continued drug use, the kitty litter use, you know, the disgusting conditions that you have in your household could probably be linking to some of these miscarriages or complications that you're having with your pregnancy. I don't know. I don't know.
Bro, that's just so irresponsible,
I
bro.
don't know. Now, the internet is trying to decide whose fault this really is in the grand matter of things, but ultimately, I'm here to squash all conversations. It is both parents' faults. And then there's a third party involved that people aren't necessarily thinking about that could be at fault here. And I'm here to say, yes, you, the people that are consuming this content, engaging and ultimately donating, are involved in being complicit in enabling the behavior that they are displaying.
I agree.
I saw just the other day that somebody sent the kids some bunk beds. Kudos to them, but damn, do not give them an out. Do not give them some sort of way to get out of working hard and providing for their kids. And it wouldn't even be hard work. Woman, just get a job.
So I decided to look up everything in regards to the resilient Jenkins family in Oregon and Portland and their standards of stuff of care and everything what you're supposed to. Off the bat, each child is supposed to have their own bed and own mattress that is adequate for their size. That's just the standard. That's just what they want. And when it comes to housing, usually it's supposed to be 2 per room. So in their case, you can, if the youngest child is like 3, you have to include them. But if not, because they can kind of sleep with their parents, it's supposed to be 2 per room. There's 3 kids. One of the children is not related to the other children, which I think that comes into bed sharing. So there would need to have at least 2 rooms for the kids, essentially. But being that they're going to add more children in, they're going to grow up, they're going to need at least a 3-bedroom, 100%. Like there's no way around that. And also there's a way for the parents to have a room as well, because that is obviously extremely important to the parent to have their privacy, but it's not. But anyway, each child must have their own bed. They cannot bed share with someone that they are not related to. So no, the rolled up foam mattresses that come into play and come out of play during the day is not up to standard. I don't know if the apartment complex could get in trouble for this, or the parents could get in trouble for it, but it is in violation. Also,
I'm not quite sure how they haven't been evicted. I mean, I'm not saying that like they deserved. I mean, because I don't want like no kids to be homeless or some shit, but like the fact that Child Protective Services hasn't stepped in, the fact that the leasing office hasn't stepped in, like nobody stepped in to say anything about this problematic behavior. Like you've got no knocks on the doors or some shit.
Looked up if there is a program, because here in North Carolina there is one in certain counties where people will donate a bed to you with bed framing, and I think a mattress as well for a child, free to the parent, no cost to anything. They do that in Oregon. I did look it up. They do that in Portland specifically. I looked that up as well. So for the father to say that they don't have beds because they broke them, I can see where people are saying the financial literacy is not there. The irresponsibility is there, because as a parent, I'm a parent of 3 boys. They have broke their beds several times. I have replaced them several times. That's just that. That's the law. And there is no excuse for them not to have replaced their beds. Yes, they broke them, but guess what? You still have to replace them because you're a parent. Children are expensive. They are not inexpensive at all. I did see on her wish list they put a toddler bunk bed up there. Someone did purchase it. That's great, but that's only for 2 of the 4 children that you have. Why didn't you put 2 bunk beds up there? Why haven't you looked into programs of replacing your children's beds if you cannot afford it?
Now, she did bring up a couple of good points, and I did want to address some of them. For one, even though you are potentially close to meeting the standards that Portland sets out for housing children, that doesn't take into consideration that you are bringing in prolonged health risks into their lives by having the cat urine be all over the place, by having the lice infestation and flea infestation, and by also having moldy laundry be in the house for long periods of time.
Oh, that's actually so fucking nasty. Oh, I know it smells fucking putrid in there. I know it smells fucking atrocious, man. Oh my goodness. I try giving them the benefit of the doubt at the beginning of the video. You know, you never understand people's circumstances, but now a lot of this seems very self-inflicted, so I just don't feel bad for the adults. I do feel bad for the kids. Alright, enough.
The fact that there are so many government programs, communal assistance, hell, even churches and schools like provide these different incentives and programs for people to take advantage of. She can go to like the Goodwill and get a bed frame or the Salvation Army and get some bedding for little to no money. But these people don't take any advantage of that. Why? Because I think that they think it is cool to film this type of situation, to put it on social media in order to trick people into believing that they are in more help or more need than they actually are in. And then they can get the sympathy and the pity that turns into views and turns into dollars. And then third, but certainly not least, these kids do need their own bed. I can't stress this enough because there's a video out there running around of the dad saying, well, they broke their bed, so as a punishment, they have to go without beds. No, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a bed. Kids do things, they damage things, they harm things. This is a basic necessity for them to live in the USA. And to act as if this is something that could potentially come up out of their pockets, and I'm talking about the parents, is crazy because like stated earlier, you could just go down to the Salvation Army and get you a damn.
That's the equivalent of saying the kids peed on the seat and didn't wipe it up, so now they can't use the toilet anymore. Like, what the fuck, bro? They're kids, man. They're actually kids.
Bed. But what they're hoping for is that she'll make an Amazon wish list. People will provide her with the things that she wants and needs and desires, and everything will be taken care of, and nobody really gives a shit. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the dad in this situation because he is just as much, if not even more, of a player in how bad the living conditions are than the mom is. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him. I just know two things. He's a deadbeat who doesn't want to work, and the reason why he's a deadbeat is because it has been discovered that he has a whole nother child out there.
Hi, I'm the first baby mama. I'm absolutely embarrassed the fact that that's my sperm donor. I will not be posting my child on here, but my son is almost 12. That man that everybody's saying they have two loving parents walked out of his son's life when he was 2. Hasn't seen his son since he was 5, and that's because I reached out to him to come to his kindergarten graduation, and at the time he only had one child, which was a little black boy you guys see in his videos. That's my oldest's little brother. Now, my oldest doesn't even know he has 2 other siblings. So no, they didn't meet when he had one child. He probably has more. He hasn't paid child support, but he has a PS5. I feel bad for those kids because I never not wanted my son to not know his dad. And he's asked, and I've tried. Even his son asked, Mommy, I just want to know my dad. Why can't I see my dad? When that happened, I reached out to him. He read the message, never replied. So I put my son in counseling just because I knew it was bothering him.
Come on,
and
leaving that on Reddit is crazy, bro.
That was gonna help him. I just told him your dad made choices, and he chose to make those choices. It has nothing to do with you.
I have the one other child, Anthony. I've been paying child support via garnishments ever since I can remember. And I worked at W-2 since I was 18, 19. Worked night, multiple jobs, never made above 22 an hour.
Work jobs that worked your body to the bone.
Yeah, I worked retail, I worked overnight, I worked at Home Depot.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, I've worked retail before. It doesn't break your body to the bone like she just said, bro. It's kind of this thing called adulting. There's jobs, bro. Most jobs aren't easy. Retail jobs aren't they're not easy, but it's not like a back-breaking, I just can't believe it. You can choose what retail job you do. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
So I I worked at Jackson's. I worked at Grocery Outlet.
Now, naturally, because the dad is getting defamed in this situation for having a secret child that he's not involved in, he had to respond, and his response doesn't necessarily help any situation. He's basically avoiding W-2 jobs, and he keeps referring them to as W-2 jobs, which only the people that know why somebody would refer to them as W-2 jobs would know why he's referring to it as W-2 jobs, is because he is avoiding his wages being garnished by the government for the child support that is owed. He comes up and admits that, but these people blow my mind because they are so baffled, and some of the internet is baffled as to why they are receiving such harsh criticisms. And it's not because they're poor, it's because they are intentionally neglectful of their responsibilities, because they feel as if this is going to make the best story and best entertainment for the internet. I think this is one of the more extreme examples of the situation at hand, but to be honest with you, the way that people use their kids as props for the internet, public humiliation, trying to get clout, trying to get famous, is actually disgusting.
What? Can't help myself. Could have been more.
I don't know if any of y'all have seen this viral video, but you know, everybody parents different, to each his own, right? But in my opinion, I think what he chose to do for his daughter's punishment was entirely too extreme. That is too much. Like, I think he could have just did the whole outfit thing and that been that. Bro took all her stuff out of her room and everything like that because she skipped a class. And by the looks of it, I know the whole world has skipped class before. I know it. So it's like, you have to give a punishment that matches the crime. You get what I'm saying? Like, parents nowadays do not be understanding.
It's just the recording it, bro. Stop making content based around your kids when they don't ask for it. And two, like, not the whole world doesn't need to know your child's business. Like, that's embarrassing. That's dead ass embarrassing. Like, when her peers find that shit on the internet, it's just oh my God.
That's how you drive your child away. We have to break generational curses. Do not be that toxic parent that treats their kid like this and punishes their child in a certain way. That's how your kids don't come to you for nothing or don't want to be honest with you.
And maybe this is some of these parents' way of relating to their kids more, but honestly, it comes off as downright disgusting, and it has no place to be on the internet, especially because they don't think of the long-term ramifications as to what happens when they have this internet documentation of the events that happened in their home. What happened when the internet saw me grow up with lice for the past 5 or 10 years of my life? What happens when the internet is calling me one bedroom cat piss boy? They don't think about those things that have happened. But we now have proof and evidence, because the internet and some of these things have been around for so long, of kids speaking up as to what happened when the cameras were off, the small times that they were, and what happens when they grew up in these situations.
The first round of vlogger kids from the 2010s have grown up and are sharing their stories. Let's talk about one story. She said that the mom broadcasted her first menstrual cycle. The kid got into a car accident, and instead of the mom comforting the kid like, oh baby, it's gonna be all right, the mom put a camera in her face. The kid said it got so bad that when she was 12 years old, a man that was stalking her based off of her mom's YouTube videos decided to message her on Facebook and follow her home.
And as much shit as these older people like to talk about, these Gen Z, these new generation people, these parents are all Gen X and millennials. Dead ass. Gen Z parents don't even have kids old enough to be in these predicaments, bro. I mean, well, some of them do, but like, this shit happening since 2010, bro. This is predominantly Gen X and millennials, bro. As much shit as y'all like to talk about us and our shit, y'all saw y'all opportunity to get rich off your kids, and that's exactly where that shit started from.
Point in time, the kid would hide in the bathroom to avoid being videotaped and photographed. The kid was also bullied at school because their intimate moments were posted on the mom's YouTube for their family vlog. The kid got a staph infection at one point in time, and the mom exaggerated the condition so bad that the math teacher who was watching the mom's videos told the kids to, quote, stay away from the infected girl. And that ain't it. The kid is saying this is a digital footprint that she did not create, and it's following her around for the rest of her life, and that is why she is fired. fighting and seeking laws similar to the ones that govern child actors. One, for just compensation, and to protect them as well. This is why we keep saying y'all need to stop pimping y'all's kids out, because they're gonna grow up and go on CNN and talk shit about you. Put the camera down.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it as if content creation isn't a very lucrative avenue. Now, granted, I'm not there, but there are content creators like Kai Cenat, iShowSpeed, the FaZe Collective that make millions of dollars on a monthly basis based off of just showing their daily life. Casey Neistat is another one who went about vlogging his family for years and was able to become a millionaire based off of content creation. But the thing is, you have to show parts of your life, and these people don't realize that you can show how much of a nasty person it is when you can or can't pimp out your kids based off of the ability to make content. If you're making your family decisions based upon the content, then that's where I think a lot of people are going wrong in these situations.
We are not adopting from Thailand. Whoa.
Sorry.
You know, we are still adopting. We're just not adopting from Thailand anymore. So
You want to explain why?
So here's the situation. Thailand has its own law that's unique to it, that after you pick up your child and they're your child, you are not allowed to talk about them or share any images, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year.
Nikki's got a YouTube channel. We share a whole lot.
Wait, hold on.
A year?
When that
That's
hit,
it?
we literally were like,
yeah.
Bro, that's it? Only a year. You were gonna go get a kid from Thailand that really needed a family, or really needed a family to take care of them, and because you couldn't post them for a fucking year, you said fuck them kids. Really? Because you couldn't pimp out your fucking kids, bro. You motherfuckers are just so sick, bro. Y'all are so sick, bro. That just shows your intentions, man.
So you're telling me you couldn't put aside the content for a year? And I'm not even talking about totally putting aside the content. I just mean there's one aspect of your life. You couldn't not talk about that for 1 year and help somebody who is potentially in need because fame, clout, and wanted to be somebody that's bigger than what you are. That is so... That's ridiculous as fuck. I talked about on this channel, CJ So Cool allegedly going broke from his channel. He doesn't even post on the main channel anymore that has 9 million subscribers. But the reason why is because his content was so revolved around the kids that when the kids were no longer in the situation, nobody wanted to be around him. Nobody wanted to watch the videos anymore. He couldn't create content based off his own personality.
I seen enough for today. Comment down below what you want to react to next, bro. And we out of here.